Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Mummies Corner. We are your favorite mummies and we're here to bring you exciting content on everything you need to know as a new mom, as a second time mom, just as a mom really. So welcome to the show, Nancy, and welcome to the show everybody.
Thank you so much, Niza. We have some interesting topics coming up. And like we promised, our sound is now better.
Yes.
Hopefully, yeah, it's better, and I hope we are audible enough to be heard by you guys. Yes, Niza.
So today we're going to be talking about an exciting topic. I think this is something that people don't really talk about. It's postpartum. There's postpartum blues, postpartum depression. We're just going to be sharing our experiences basically on how we dealt with that as first-time moms. And I hope that you guys can relate to it and just really, it can help you as you go through your journey as well. Yeah, so we're going to dive in.
Yeah.
So Nancy, how was it like when you just had the baby as a first time mom, just gave birth, and that first 1 month or first 1 week, how was it like for you?
I think it was very devastating, Niza, especially that it was like something that changed. I was induced.
Yeah.
I wasn't, I didn't wait for the food term. So I wasn't, you can never be prepared enough for that situation. So what happened to me was I gave birth, and a few days after, maybe like 7 to 8 days, my son was hospitalized
Oh,
at Levy. Yeah, he had sepsis. So we were hospitalized for about 7 to 10 days, if I remember correctly. And I remember feeling very traumatized. Not only that, I was still healing as a mom because I'm new to this. I don't have experience whatsoever. And I'm looking at people that have experience, and they're telling you, welcome, this is how it is. There wasn't really proper orientation as to what to expect when you become a mom, what you need to do, what you don't need to do. And the same aspect of my son being really sick and hospitalized made me slowly to transition into postpartum depression, because I felt like I'm a failing mom.
Yeah.
I felt like I was not good enough.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe he deserved better than him having me in his life. I had all these mixed feelings, and it was very. I wouldn't want to go back to that situation again.
Yeah. And as you are healing, because you just had a baby,
Yeah.
and then you have to sort of put yourself in a little corner just to take care of this child. That must have really been sad and depressing as well, because you're like, you feel so sad and you haven't yet healed, physically healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
hear you.
yeah, because I was really in pain, because I had tears, and I needed to be sitting in water, of course, and I didn't have that opportunity because we were in hospital. And I'm looking at this baby who wasn't breastfeeding. He was crying, he was cranky, and I just felt helpless at that point in time. And I remember sitting and he's sleeping, like, especially in the evenings, I'm looking at him and I'm wondering, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Do I even know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
But I kept on going, because when I look at him, I knew that he really needed a person that he would depend on at that moment. And I felt like he needed me at that moment. He needed me to be stronger than what I was feeling at that particular. But otherwise, it was traumatizing. It was sad. It was depressing. And I wouldn't want anyone else to go through that, really.
Did you feel like family helped in that moment? Did you feel like you had so many people around? Did that help? Or maybe in that moment you felt alone? How was it like? How did you process everything? And everybody around you, did everybody around you help? And how can people help?
I feel like during that time, our family would definitely come, like when we're in the hospital, especially, they would come and they'll visit, and it would be great because you have company.
Yeah.
But then what happens if they leave? It's like you're alone. What happens during the night when things get worse? You feel definitely alone.
Yeah.
And that is a moment when I felt like I just needed somebody to be by my side at that particular moment, because I was helpless. And I want to appreciate one of my friends who volunteered after noticing that it was really affecting me mentally.
Yeah.
So she decided to actually accompany me. Like, she would spend some nights there. I remember she would walk all the way come and visit my son, and she would insist that she should stay by my side as well, and that was very helpful. Otherwise, when we're going through postpartum depression, you really need a lot of people around.
Yeah.
Because I remember I actually called Eunice and I was crying.
You were crying, and it was so depressing. Like, it was so unbelievable. Like, the baby just got here. What could be the problem? It's supposed to be an exciting moment. Yeah.
I was really just, I didn't know who to talk to. I just decided to call you. I'm like, you know what? Let me just call her. And I remember just breaking down. I didn't know. I had all these mixed feelings. I just didn't know. I felt overwhelmed. I just felt like my world was crashing down. I felt like I'm unworthy.
At what point did you begin to feel like yourself again? Like, okay, I think I'm getting back to the old Nancy. Like, this is me. Did it take some time? Did somebody talk to you? At what point did you feel like, okay, I'm now getting back to myself?
I think getting back to work really helped, because I just needed to wear those big pants, and just go for it. And of course, spending time in prayer. It didn't take me a short time. It took me a long time, because I think I just healed recently, which is like a year plus, and not even my family members got to understand that I was going through postpartum depression. I don't think they even know that I was going through postpartum depression.
I feel like a lot of women go through postpartum depression and don't really realize it. I think it's a feeling of, for me, I think it was a feeling of loneliness. I felt so alone with the baby. I felt trapped. Like, this is going to be my life every day. Like, is this like, am I in prison? Am I chained to this baby? It's a lot to deal with in that moment, because you're trying to adjust to motherhood. You're barely getting any sleep, guys. So, and the baby, you don't know what to do. I think motherhood is really just try and error. And in that moment, I said, discovering yourself as a mom can really be it's a tough period. It's a very tough period. I hear you. And I think what also helped me was, as much as it was difficult for me to leave home and leave the baby, it was good for me to come back to work and just be around everybody and have something to distract me, because staying and being cooked up in that household, Nancy, can get to your head. I was about to lose my mind. I was.
Definitely. Because I remember when you came in, you were very disturbed.
It is. It's very disturbing. And I feel like as I went by as a working mom, it got better. I feel like I became a better mom. And I learned so much from talking to everybody, other moms like yourself. Guys. So it's really, postpartum is something that everybody can talk about. There's no shame in having depression. So guys, please don't forget to comment below in the comment section about your experiences as a first-time mom and dealing with postpartum depression.
Yes, but Nisa, do you feel like you've passed that postpartum depression? How do you feel now?
I feel better. I do feel better. I think that, again, coming back to work really helped, and being around other people and also talking to other moms as well. It's very important to share your experiences. There's no shame.
There's no shame at all.
Nobody can shame you, because we all go through the same things. And society has this thing whereby, as a first-time mom, you have to be strong. You can't be weak, because, in our cultures, this is you now being a woman, you're a mother. When you're a mother, you're a woman. Yes. You can't break down, because there's so much. You have to run a home. You have to be there for the baby. You have to be there for yourself. And I think that not being there for yourself is what brings about the postpartum depression as well, because you are neglecting yourself and putting everybody else first.
That's true. That's so true.
So motherhood is an exciting journey, Nancy, and it's okay to go through those. I feel like it's okay for you to be depressed after you have the baby.
I feel it is okay, but what is not okay is where you are alone. So if you notice that you are slowly entering into depression, find that support system, your friends, maybe find some work to distract you, maybe also go to church. It really does help. It really does help. And at the end of the day as well, share your experiences with other moms. I think this is what has helped both of us, because it was like a learning came for both of us. And we decided to just share our challenges and what society expects of us and things like that, because it can be overwhelming. I think whatever society expects us to do slowly makes us to also adds to the depression in some way.
It does. All right, guys, that was it on postpartum. I want to dive into something real quick before we go.
Oh yeah, sure.
So, at what point did your body and your mind and your soul become prepared to get back to being intimate with your husband? Like, when is a woman ever ready?
Well, I don't know. But I mean, to be honest, others would take like 6 weeks, like as recommended by the health specialist. But for me, it took me like 6 months.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah, it took me
Because
6 months.
it's really difficult. Guys, when did you guys become ready to, get back to being intimate with your partner? Comments
In the comment section,
yes,
yes.
please want to hear all this. For me, I think it really took, I think, about 2 months to 3 months. It was just the fear of, oh my God, am I still okay down there? Being self-cautious about your body. Is it still the same? I have the wrinkles on my stomach. Is it going to see me the same?
The same,
Yeah.
And I think the mistake I made was to check down there,
Oh
guys.
my God.
I think because of being in the hospital and everything, so I was so scared about having an infection. So I was like, let me just check. When I checked, girl, I said, hell no, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do this.
That is not my girl down there.
I'm like, this is not my girl. I didn't know what, and it contributed to my depression because I'm like, I'm no longer the same,
Yeah, you know what also contributes? I feel like we didn't talk about this body as well. The body, the physical
Changes.
appearance.
Yeah.
And people are not cautious to. We don't have any courtesy.
Not
when
at
a
all.
woman has given birth, ish, why not?
Oh, why not?
This is not how you're supposed to be. Look at your
Look
stomach.
at your stomach, and
That-
especially the stomach, guys.
That is a huge contributor to postpartum depression because your body is not the same.
It's no longer
It's not
the same. You had a flat tummy,
it's
now
no
you
longer
have
going to
like
be-
a protruding tummy.
Yes, and you have all those wrinkles. It's just not the same,
it's
guys.
not the same. But I think it's worth it. I think even as much as we think that, certain things have changed, I think it's better to look at the blessing that God has given us.
Absolutely.
And that's our
And
bundle
because you
for joy.
guys, you are carrying a whole human being, Nancy.
No.
That's a whole human being. That's a
Yeah.
whole life in your body
And
that
your
you are
partner should be
carrying.
able to appreciate you for that, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, guys, so let's get back to this to the intimacy part.
Yeah.
Like, at what point, did you feel like, okay, so you said 6 months?
Yeah, it took 6 months.
Girl, that's a long
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think, like, apart from the body, obviously, and the girl down there, did you feel like there were other factors that contributed to you not really feeling ready?
I really felt, I think it was psychological. Part of me, I was afraid that maybe my partner will not recognize me.
Yeah.
Down there, because there's always this speculation, or rather, there's always some changes. People say there are a lot of changes once you give birth, of course. So my fear was, what if we try it and he doesn't like it at that particular time, and then he'll be like, oh no, it's no longer the same. I think she's. So that was my biggest fear. So I took my time, and of course I kept on the water therapy, kind of,
It
sitting
really
in
helps.
water.
Water really helps, ladies.
Really
That's
does
a
help.
tip.
Yeah, so taking just water, just pure water, sitting in there so that I could just feel that comfort. And he really helped me because he kept on telling me how beautiful I am, regardless of whatever has happened. He kept reassuring me, and I think it really helped me to overcome my postpartum.
So I feel like a tip to the men that are on this, podcast is that please support your women during this period. Reassure them that they're still beautiful and they're still there. They're still it.
They're still hot.
Yes, they're still hot because you really need to hear that because it's such a depressing moment.
Yeah, it is.
Just seeing the changes. I remember my stomach, Nancy, being so black. I could not recognize it. I was like, is this my beautiful, gorgeous stomach?
Can you imagine?
Why is it so black? It was so black.
Yeah.
I mean, it had all these wrinkles, and I just felt so unhappy with myself. And then the pain that I'd gone through while giving birth, I was like, what if I go through that pain again? It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot.
And the fear of also giving birth again. I think that's another thing. I don't know. Did you ever have that fear?
I still have that fear.
Yeah.
I still have that fear. My son is a year old now, and I'm still like, child, I'm not going back to that place anytime soon, ladies. You know what I mean? I ain't going back to that place anytime soon. Because, child,
that place can make you confess all your sins. Literally.
We confessed those sins.
We did. We had to. We really had to. So thank you so much, guys. But before we close up, I just wanted to drift a little bit. Today's Neza's birthday, guys. So please wish her a happy birthday in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, I love birthdays. I think it's because of the way my mom raised us. She always, wanted us to have the birthdays, the parties. I am a lover of birthdays. So thank you so much, Nancy. Nancy called me in the morning to wish me happy birthday.
Oh yes, I actually sung for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for spending some time with us just to hear our views and our experiences. We always appreciate your comments, your subscriptions, and we're always here for you to share, our experiences as moms. So that's all on Mummy's Corner on today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We're so grateful.
Yes.
And from Nisa and I, it's
Bye.
bye.